Hello and welcome back, everyone. We have a follow-up today about the order we placed yesterday on Marvell, so let's get right to it. So here we are in Ameritrade's ThinkOrSwim in our paper money account. I'd already selected over onto the IRA part, which is where we're doing this trade at. And as you can see in the filled orders for today it looks like it actually didn't execute right at market open. Uh, Looks like it took about 28 minutes, but after 28 minutes, it did fill. And so you can see it's on the stock symbol Marvell, MRVL. The expiration is for this Friday, and it looks like we got just about $100 for it, $99. And they did take the fees out, which is like 65 cents plus some other regulatory fee. And it looks like, if you look at this total balance, it looks like it was like 67 cents. So the 65-cent option fee and then a 2-cent regulatory fee. So in any case, but it was like right at $99. In this demo account, we're not going to mess with the fees and we're just going to put in the raw number that it says right here. So we need to go ahead and go over to the web application, the website, to enter this transaction. So let's go over there. Here we are on the website, myatmm.com. We've logged into our demo account, and as you can see, Marvell is listed right here. It has the last price trading at $35.95, but no other numbers are showing up here. Everything is zeros. And also, we are in January. It's January 3rd today, and if you go over to the premiums, you can see we don't have any premiums showing for January. So we're starting right from scratch for January for this new position, and I've zeroed out the other ticker symbols we have in here for Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. So those are all zeroed out, so nothing is on the board. All right, so if we come over to cost basis, we are looking for Marvell, and we'll just click to drop down, select Marvell, and we want to put a new position. This position is a sell to open, and it was a put. If we come back over to Ameritrade, you can see. So we sold to open. This Marvell is a put. It was a strike 37. So hold on a second. Yep. All right. We did one contract. It's for this Friday, and the strike, if I remember correctly, was $36, and the price was $99. So just to confirm this one last time, we sold to open one contract, Marvell, January. It's this 6th, this Friday, 37 strike. It's a put, and it was 99 cents. So let's come back over to this. Okay, everything looks good. We're going to click save. You'll notice before we do that, all these are zeroed out, so we're about to start seeing some numbers come up in here. Click save. It brought it from unassigned down into the puts. You can see puts has one in there, so if we expand that open, we'd see this one put that we put in there. And I did change it to where it groups them, so now stock positions show up in here. When there are some, you can see that there's zeros in the custom strategy calls and stocks, so nothing is in those groups, but there is one put. And then up above, you can see the shares from puts increased to 100. The collateral that we had to put up to do this trade was $3,700. So far, no credits, even though we got $99, but just putting the position on the board and the positions in play actually does not add it to our transaction history just yet. So it's not showing anything in these fields yet for any of these metrics. So what we want to do is come down by clicking save on this record. It generated this proposed record, and it's it's just repeatable. You can actually click save multiple times in a row, and it'll retain this in the positions, but it won't change any of the metrics. It won't like double them up or triple them up. You can save as many times as you want, and it'll be okay. And it will generate a new record down here. So if for some reason you came in here and this record wasn't here, or you needed another copy of it, you can actually just click save again and see it'll generate the record again. And like I said, you can click it as many times as you want. It'll keep on generating the proposed record. So it's just a proposed record. It's not actually adding it to anything. It's not messing up your transaction history. It's just a way to quickly be able to get, not only save your data or save your changes, like if you made a mistake and you had to put 98 cents, and click save, it would retain this, but it would generate a record or in this proposed records for 98 cents. So that's how you can get that and do that. But we got 99 cents, so let's go back. We want to click save so it's saved in this positions. And then we can look to add it to the transaction history. You can see from as many times as I pressed it down here that, as you can see from adding those transactions down here, it didn't represent any of that up in here because we have not recorded it into the transaction history. So what we want to do is we want to come down here and click down into, or click that button which moves the transaction down here. We don't want to make any changes, so all we want to do is click save, and that will add it to the transaction history, as you can see right here. Now, if we come back up into the summary, you can see how it's entered that credit up here, and it's changed the overall gain loss. And now we actually even have the cost basis with puts in place as well. So that's when you can start seeing the numbers start to show up everywhere. And as soon as we navigate off this proposed records will disappear, and I'll show you that right now. If we click off to go to the next one, Microsoft, it changes out the numbers. You can see the proposed records went away. It cleared them out, and there's no positions for this ticker symbol. And here's its transaction history down here. So just go back to Marvell, and now you can see it doesn't come back. So the proposed records is gone. And like I said, if you forgot to save this position's transaction history, you could just click save and get that record back so you can add it yourself. Or you could always just manually type whatever you want to and add that to the transaction history too. You can do that whenever you want to. You don't have to go through this workflow that I've created here. So let's look what else is there. So we've recorded that put transaction now from Ameritrade. That's all we have to do. At the end of this week, we might have to do some more stuff with it. But before I switch over to Ameritrade, I want to come back to the dashboard and show you how the numbers have changed now. This number probably increased by $100, which it should have. But if you look at Marvell now we have some shares showing here for the puts, and we have the cost basis with puts showing. We also have the collateral and the number of transactions. We've only done one, and the credits that we received. So now we can start seeing that number. We can start seeing it's a representation of the total portfolio. And it's kind of funny, it's such a small amount. It still says we have 100% that's unused, even though we actually do have some amount. So that might be a bug, so I might have to track that down. But in any case, if we come to premiums, now we can see we have some premiums showing up for January of this year, and that's the premiums that we entered for the puts. So that's all I wanted to show you here on the dashboard. We've kind of covered all the transaction history, and we're going to continue following this trade along as it goes through the entire wheel strategy. Back over here in Ameritrade, let's analyze this just a little bit. So I expanded this thing right here, and you can see that we have that put in place. And the ITM means it's in the money. So after we had purchased this, it only has 3 days left, but after we had purchased this, it had gone in the money. And this profit and loss, since open, says it's negative, but that's only negative if we were to actually try and buy this put back. We would lose $46, meaning it probably cost us $147 to buy it back, as opposed to the 100 that we received. So we would have lost a net of $46.50 or $47 approximately. So that's why that's negative. But if you let this go till expiration, you didn't lose anything. You still got the $100, but all you're going to be required to do is purchase 100 shares at the $37 strike. That's all that means. But like I said, we'll continue following this trade along. If it gets assigned, we'll get it, assign it, buy it, show the transaction entered in the web application, and then we'll move on to the next steps, which is most likely selling a covered call on those 100 shares, and then also turning around and adding another put to keep the wheel strategy going and rolling along. So I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out and get your free account today at myatmm.com. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.